application.
Chat, so maybe I can read it before you reply. It's from Thomas from Kojeka. He's a Greek farmer. So he said that the Greek government told us that if we vaccinate for sheeppox, we will have a problem with feta in the EU and other countries, and we will not be able to sell feta, and the price of milk will consequently drop down. Can you answer us formally if by regulation we have a problem? Also, are we going to have a problem with our lamb export in case of sheeppox vaccination? By European regulation, the domestic and rare breeds, you cannot slaughter them in case of animal disease in Greece, and they are killing anyway. Our government told us that the EU imposed restriction to them for the compensation for killed animals due to sheeppox. The compensation is 170 euros per hour, and only productive hours. We buy lambs for 350 euros, and also due to the European regulation for animal diseases, the animal food from farm infected from sheeppox must be counted, compensated, and destroyed. In Greece, they don't destroy the animal food for the farms, nor the spray for disinfection.
It's a long set of questions. I will try to provide answers to most of the questions and with meaningful and clear answers. There are no additional restrictions attributed to vaccination as regards dairy products. The restrictions apply as regards the infection, and the very large areas of Greece already subject to restrictions due to the infection will not be penalized by the vaccination. There is no restriction on the placing on the market of dairy products related to the vaccination against sheep and goat pox. First question. Second question, on the movement of live animals from the vaccination zones to the non-vaccination zones within a member state, in this case Greece, or to other member states, yes, there are restrictions, there are limitations, and there are derogations. And all those restrictions and possibilities for derogations are laid down in a piece of legislation that is named 2023-361. But, being realistic, the situation in some member states, in this case in Greece, is already so bad that vaccination will not add in practical terms more restrictions to the movement of the animals than those that are already in place due to the presence of the virus. Don't forget that Greece cannot export live animals from the whole territory of Greece to other member states. If you vaccinate, this will not change significantly the capacity of Greece to dispatch animals intra-EU trade. Rare breeds. There is a very exceptional provision in which you may exempt a particular population that is endangered breeds or endangered species from the stamping out rules for this kind of diseases. I insist, the rules are there and the margin of maneuver is extremely narrow. You have to have the population that you would like to exempt from killing already identified before the outbreak, of course. You cannot claim, but my sheep are rare. No. Were they rare before infection? Yes. Are they registered as rare or endangered breeds? Yes. Then the competent authorities may use this derogation to exempt from the stamping out, and they would need to put in place other measures to protect the rest of the farmers and the rest of the territory of the EU. As regards compensation for the killing of the animals, this is not new. We are running this system since decades. The compensation needs to be fit for purpose, need to be very well balanced, not to provide incentives for keeping the disease. And this is very sophisticated, and you know better than me. So don't ask me to say whether 100 euros is too much or too low. But it appears that maybe it's having an effect in Greece. I'm not in a position to judge, but I am in a position to remind the Greek authorities and the livestock sector for small ruminants that this is a risk. If the compensation is not well balanced, because it's too high or too low, it has detrimental effects on the elimination of the disease. And the last comment on the destruction of the feed, rules are clear. The material, call it manure, leftovers of feed, need to be disposed of in a manner that eliminates the risk of perpetuation of the infection in the establishment and in the region. So yes, there are rules and they need to be complied with. I hope I answered the 5 questions that you could identify in the text of our friend from Greece. Thank you.